Hi everyone, I'm happy to share my video in this occasion. Today I'm going to share something about numbers. Actually, in school days, first we learn numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And then we separate these numbers as even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers. And also we learned number system. What is the number system? In the number system, first we have natural numbers. That means 1, 2, 3, etc. It goes on. After that, whole numbers. That means along with natural numbers, we include 0. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. This comes under whole numbers. After that, we learn integers. Integers in the sense we have positive numbers, negative numbers, including 0. Okay, and then we have rational numbers. What are the rational numbers? It is of the form p by q. That means 1 by 5, 5 by 3, 7 by 5 are all rational numbers. And even 5 by 1, 2 by 1, 1 by 1, it is also a rational number. Therefore, all the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers are comes under rational numbers. Okay, fine. Then what are the irrational numbers? Those numbers which are not rational numbers are comes under irrational numbers. Maybe it is of the form root 2, value of root 1.414 something etc. and pi value 3.14 something etc. These all comes under irrational numbers. So these are irrational numbers. After that we have real numbers. What are the real numbers? If I combine these rational numbers and then real numbers, we get rational numbers and irrational numbers, we get real numbers. That means from natural numbers to rational numbers, and then irrational numbers we get real numbers. Okay, and also we have complex number. What are the complex number? If the numbers is of the form a plus ib, that is imaginary numbers, that comes under complex number. These are the things that we know. Now I'm going to share something about some names for the numbers, some different names for different numbers. Okay, we get into the topic. First one is automorphic number. What is that automorphic? Okay, for this I'm going to consider a number n, and I'm going to take the square of that number. That means if I consider 5, and what is the value of 5 square? It is 25. It ends with that same number 5. Therefore 5 is an automorphic number. Then trimorphic. What is the trimorphic? Tri means 3. So we are going to cube that given number. In case if I consider 49, I am taking 49 cube, I get 1,17,649. That means here it end with that same 49. Therefore 49 is an trimorphic number. Okay, fine. Automorphic, okay. And then trimorphic. What is the triautomorphic? Tri means 3, and for automorphic we have to square that number. Therefore triautomorphic in the sense we have to find 3 into n square. Triautomorphic. So tri means 3, automorphic means we have to square that number. So 3 into n square. We get the answer which end with that same n. So here I consider 667. I am taking square of that value and multiply the value by 3. I get the value. See that it also ends with that same 667. Therefore it is the example for triautomorphic. Okay, next. Armstrong number. What is that Armstrong number? I consider a 3-digit number. Okay, here I consider 153. It is a 3-digit number. No, so I have to cube each individual digit. That means 1 cube, 5 cube and 3 cube. 1 cube is 1 and 5 cube is 125 and 3 cube is 27. If I add all those values, then that means 1 plus 125 plus 27, I get same 153. Therefore 153 is an Armstrong number. Similarly 370 is also an Armstrong number. Next I consider 4-digit number 1634. Now I am going to check whether it is an Armstrong number. Okay, for 3-digit number I take cube. No, for 4-digit we have to take power 4. That means 1 power 4 plus 6 power 4 plus 3 power 4 plus 4 power 4. If I add all those values, definitely I will get that same 1634. Therefore 1634 is an Armstrong number. Okay, next one, happy number. What is that happy number? Okay, for this, here I said 13 is a happy number. Why it is a happy number? To check whether it is a happy number or not, first I have to take the square of each individual digit. Here first digit is 1. I have to take the square of 1, so it is 1, and the square of 3 square is 9, and I have to add that value. That means 1 plus 9, I get 10 as a result. Again I have to consider that 10 and find the square of that individual value. That means 1 square plus 0 square. If I add this value, I get 1. So it ends with 1. So I have to continue this process until I get a single digit. Okay, and the next step, we have to check that single digit is 1 or other than 1. If it is 1, then our assumed number is a happy number, otherwise it is not a happy number. Okay, next one, Capricorn number. What is a Capricorn number? Okay, here I consider a number 9. I am taking the square of that number. If I square 9, I get 81, and then 8 plus 1, I get 9. So again I get that our original number 9. Therefore here 9 is an Capricorn number. Okay, next 49. I am taking square of 49. 49 square is 2025, 2025. So I divide this as 20 plus 25, and I am adding, I get again that same original number 45. Therefore 45 is an Capricorn number. And then I consider 297, and I am taking square of that. I get 88,209. Okay, here how we will divide this 5 digit number? In the first example it is 2 digit, so I divide that as 8 plus 1. And the second example it is 2025, it is a 4 digit, so I divide this as 20 plus 25 to 2 digit. But here it is a 5 digit. How we have to divide this? So in this case, here n is the number that we have assumed, and d is the number of digits in that number. Okay, so here 297 is the number n, and d is 3 because it is a 3 digit number. So how we are going to separate is, in the right hand side it must be a d digit number, that means 3 digit number. Here d is 3, therefore in the right hand side part it must be a 3 digit, and the left hand side part may be d minus 1 digit. It may be d or d minus 1. So first part is 209, it is a 3 digit number, and the second part is 88, it is a 2 digit number. In this way we may separate the value, and we find the sum of that value, and we get 297, which is our original value. Therefore 297 is also a Capricorn number. Next one, Nevine number. What is that Nevine number? Nevine number is nothing but, if I consider a number 126, I am going to add the digits. That means 1 plus 2 plus 6. What I get? 19. Now I divide 126 by 9, I get 14. Therefore it is exactly divided by 9. 126 is exactly divided by 9. Therefore our 126 is a Nevine number. Okay, oblong number. What is the oblong number? For this I consider two consecutive integers, maybe 1 2 or 2 3 or 4 5 or 5 6 or 6 7 or 7 8, whatever it may be, and I have to find the product of that two numbers. 1 into 2, 2, that final answer 2 is an oblong number, and 2 into 3, 6, that 6 is an oblong number, and 3 into 4, 12, and 4 into 5, 20, all are oblong number. Whereas 3 into 5, whether 3 and 5 are consecutive numbers? No, because there is a number between 3 and 5. No, so if I multiply 3 and 5, our answer 15 is also not an oblong number. Okay, next one, quaternion. What is quaternion? It is nothing but it is just the extension of complex numbers, and we represent complex number in the 2-dimensional plane, whereas quaternion will be viewed in the 4-dimensional plane, and mostly it is used in the computer graphics. Next one, perfect number. What is the perfect number? I have to consider a number, and I have to find all the factors of that number, and I have to sum up that number. If the final answer will be that our original number, then the original number is a perfect number. That means, I explain with an example. I consider a number 6. Then what are the factors of 6? 1, 2 and 3. If I consider the divisors, then in that case I may add 6, but here we are considering only factors, so I have to omit 6. I have to consider only 1, 2 and 6. If I add this 1, 2 and 3, I get 6, that original value, our assumed value. Therefore 6 is a perfect number. Again I am considering 28. What are the factors of 28? 1, 2, 4, 7, 14. Okay, I have to add those values. I get 28. Therefore 28 is also a perfect number. Okay, Next one, sublime number. What is a sublime number? For sublime number, okay, first I consider your example. I consider a number 12. Then what are the divisors of 12? Here, see here. For divisors, I have to include 12 also. But for factors, I have to omit 12. Okay, keep that point in the mind. Okay, so what are the divisors of 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Okay, so here how many divisors are there? There are 6 divisors. Okay, fine. And we know that 6 is a perfect number. Okay, first thing. And second thing, we have to add all those divisors. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 12. What we get? We get 28. And we know that 28 is also a perfect number. Therefore, we have to consider a number and then we have to find the divisors of that number and we have to count the divisors, and then counting must be a perfect number, and sum of that divisors is also a perfect number. If it satisfies, then our assumed number is a sublime number. Here it is satisfied, therefore 12 is a sublime number. And the second sublime number, it is a 76 digits and it begins with 60865 and it ends at 91264. It is our second sublime number. See how beautiful our numbers are. Second one, truncatable prime. What is a truncatable prime? In the heading itself we understand that it is a prime number. Okay, fine. Okay, here I am going to consider a prime number. Here truncatable prime is of two types. One is right truncatable, another one is left truncatable. If it is left truncatable, I have to omit or delete one digit at each step. Okay, after omitting also our value will remains a prime number. If it remains as a prime number, then our original number is a truncatable prime. So we are getting this by omitting the left value. So this type is called left truncatable prime. Whereas if I omit the values from the right, then that type is called right truncatable prime. Okay, here our example is 410256793. It is a truncatable prime number because I after omitting the values I get here, see it goes on 400 and 4567 it is a prime, 467 it is a prime, and 67 it is also a prime, and 7 it is also a prime number. Therefore it is a truncatable prime. Next one, unique number. What is a unique number? To check the unique number, I consider a number which is a 3 consecutive divisors and it should be in a ascending order. It may be 2 digit or 3 digit, 4 digit or 5 digit. It's depend upon our choice. Okay, here I consider a 3 digit consecutive ascending order number. Okay, that means I consider 345. It is a 3 digit number and it is a consecutive number and it is also in a ascending order. Okay, next I have to find the reverse of it. What is the reverse of 345? 543 is the reverse of 345. Then I have to find the difference of these two numbers. I get 198. So whatever it may be the number, it may be 234 or 123 or 789, whatever it may be the number. First I have to consider a number and then I have to take the reverse of that number. Okay, after that we have to find the difference. The difference is always 198. For any 3 digit number, the difference is always 198. Therefore 198 is a unique number. So therefore for 4 digit number, the unique number will be 3087, and for 5 digit 41976, and for 6 7 8 9 10 up to 10 I given here. Okay, pan digital number. What is a pan digital number? Actually we know that all the numbers are formed only based on numbers from 0 to 9. Whatever it may be the number, it is formed based on these numbers from 0 to 9. No, so I am going to form a number from using 0 to 9, but it includes all the numbers. That means 0 to 9, but 0 must not be as the leading digit. Okay, but therefore 0 may be in the in between, but it should not be at the leading value. So from 0 to 9 means I have 10 digits, so I consider the 10 digit numbers here. And if I divide this 10 digit by 9, it is exactly divided by 9. Therefore this 10 digit numbers is exactly divided by 9. And also the repetitions are not allowed, so 10 digit one in this the repetitions are never allowed. Okay, then perfect square. What is a perfect square? A number that is a product of two equal numbers is a perfect square. Example, 1 into 1 1, 2 into 4 3 into 3 9, 4 into 4 16. These are the perfect square. And then cyclic number. What is a cyclic number? I'm going to consider a number. Here I consider 142857. Why they are saying that it is a cyclic number? Because if I multiply this by 1, I get the same digit as well as in the same order. Okay, fine. If I multiply this by 2, I get the same digits but is in the same order, different order. Okay, fine. And then by 3, I get the same digit but in the different order. So whatever it may be, if I multiply by 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or etc., whatever it may be, I get the same digits but orders only different. So this type of number is called cyclic number. Here our cyclic number is 142857. Next one is untouchable number. What is untouchable number? Here I take the example 4. 4 is not an untouchable number. Why I am saying that 4 is not an untouchable number? Because here to check a number is an untouchable or not, we have to find the sum of all the proper divisors of any integer. Here for example 9. What are the divisors of 9? 1, 3 and 9. But here I mentioned as proper divisors, so I omit 9, so I consider only 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 are the proper divisors of 9, so I have to add 1 and 3. I get that 4. So here 4 is not an untouchable prime. That means, and it is a positive integer that cannot be expressed as the sum of all proper divisors of any integer. We can't able to express as the sum of all the proper divisors of any integer, but here we express 4 as the proper divisors of sum of the proper divisors of 9. Therefore 4 is not an untouchable, whereas 5 is an untouchable number because we cannot able to express 5 as your sum of all proper divisors of any integers. Therefore 4 is not an example, whereas 5 is an example for untouchable number. Next one is Smith number. What is a Smith number? Here I consider a number 378. I have to find the prime factors of all these numbers. I get the prime factors as 2, 3, 3, 3 and 7. I have to add these values, 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 7. I get 18. Okay, fine. And I have to add each individual digits in that 378. That means 3 plus 7 plus 8. For that value also I get 18. Therefore sum of the digit is equal to 18, and the sum of the prime factors of the value is also equal to 18. Therefore our value is a Smith number. Okay. Also they are Smith brothers also. What are the Smith brothers? 728 and 729, because 728 is a Smith number, whereas 729 is also a Smith number, whereas they are two consecutive numbers, no, so they are called Smith brothers. And similarly 2964 and 2965, they are also a Smith brothers. I think you all understand this. If you have any doubt or if you have any suggestions or comments, please comment in the comments box. Thank you.